Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday message for January 31st, 2023, the final day of the year. But before I begin my talk today, I invite you to get two pieces of paper, one for our burning bowl and one for your letter to God. And you'll also need a pen or a pencil, matches, unless you have a fireplace to burn your paper in, and a container to put the paper in to burn. It can be a bowl, it can be a cup, it can be whatever you want it to be. So, as you're getting all those things ready, I invite you to just become comfortable. Just take some deep breaths and come into this space right here and now. Back in November, we did a meditation to help clear the energy between you and another person so you could fully release them today. And I invited you all at that time to continue doing that meditation to assist in cleaning the energy between the two of you. For those of you who did that work, I know that you have been able to clear the energy between you and the person you first thought of. So many of you were able to continue that meditation with others from your past. And today, as we begin the process of writing down what we want to release on this last day of 2023, I'd like to have us do that process one more time. And this time is to clear up any other energies that may be lingering. So with that, I invite you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. As you breathe out, just allow yourself to go to that place where you are a part of the etheric realm that is all around you. I invite you to picture a chair before you, facing you. Today is about completely letting go of the past, to be fully free to move forward in your life. Just ask your high self if there is still anyone that you're holding anger or resentment toward, or that you feel guilt toward for some reason. If so, just imagine that person sitting in the chair in front of you. And once again, as you bring them into focus, just tell them all the things you want to say. If it's someone you still feel guilt toward, apologize to them again, and then have them speak to you and tell you how they feel. Just to have a conversation with them in your mind. If it's someone you still hold any anger or resentment toward that has not been cleared, then share those feelings that you're still holding inside about the way they treated you in the past. Then let them have their say. Just keep the conversation going until you have resolved it more and more between the both of you. And hopefully, after doing this for the past several weeks, this will be a simple task. If there's still some residue left over, this may be the final time you will have to do this process, and all will be cleared between you. If the energy has been cleared between the two of you, just imagine both of you getting up and sharing a hug. And when that is over, just allow the energy of the soul of that person to dissipate back into the ethers as you take a deep breath and come back to this time and this place. And when you're ready, just write their name down on one of the pieces of paper that you have with you. That paper will be taken and burned in a bit and allow you to fully release that person from your energetic field. And so with that, good morning and welcome to the last Sunday of the month and the last day of 2023. So an early Happy New Year to everybody. Today is the day that we will be letting go of something in our lives, maybe a lot of things. It's an energetic connection to someone or something that has been holding us back in some way. And this is a lot easier said than done. I once heard a statement: you think about what you love and you love what you think about. Well, I really question that, because in the past, and thank goodness it's been in the far past, a lot of what I thought about was all about he done me wrong stuff. If he hadn't done this or she hadn't said that, then life would have been much easier, better, nicer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, whatever. And I kept playing that over and over in my mind. To say that I loved what I was thinking about, hardly. And yet I most certainly was spending a lot of time thinking about it, whatever it was. But gradually over time, I realized that in a way that statement is correct. I realized that I was addicted to being the victim, and all the he, she, they statements that I kept going over and over in my mind were linked to keeping me the victim in my life. And keeping those statements going over and over in my head, I finally realized that all I was doing was hanging on to something from the past, and that something was holding me back from enjoying the present. It was holding me back from really being present in this present moment. You know, all of us have done this at one time or another in our lives. We've had divorces, deaths, betrayals, and so many other things in our lives. We've had our inner selves triggered in so many different ways from things happening today that remind us of the things of the past, things that we have not let go of: hurts, guilt, pain, sorrows, jealousy, whatever it was. And as long as we hold on to them, we cannot be free to be our full light in this world. But that goes for the good times also. We need to let go of all the past, even the wonderful things we experienced. You know, I think most of us can remember our first dance or our first time for skiing, hiking, swimming, maybe even our first kiss. It doesn't matter what it is. We have memories of all of that. The challenge is we can sit in our homes remembering the times we did this or that, but we are not out there living life today in this present moment. A whole new year is ahead of all of us, and it can be a whole new fresh start in life. I heard someone say once that we know some people who live 90 years, while we also know many people who live the same year 90 times. So which one is it for you? Are you ready for 2024? I hope so, because it's here. Today is the final day of 2023. So was it a good one for you? Was it one with challenges? Whatever 2023 brought for you individually, I do know that we need to let go of everything that did happen this past year to be fully ready to embrace 2024. Good or bad, it is all in the past now. We can remember different parts of it, but remembering something and dwelling on it are two different things. To remember something wonderful that happened can give you the impulse to try it again or to do it more often, or even to try something different. It can actually help you become more alive, more expanded, more in touch with this human life that we're living. And this is how remembering something is a help, not a hindrance to us. If we fully want to let the past be the past, we also have to be willing to really look at all the things that happen to us and around us and be able to release everything to spirit. Although not always easy, once again, if we keep holding on to the things that happened, we are never truly free to move forward in our lives. So many times we do not see the full story of why things happen as they do. Our view of last year and the things that happened may not be the full story. See, we can't see into the mind of God as to what the rest of the story is in our lives. And it may take time to see the perfection of whatever has happened during this past year. But we need to let go of all the things in the past and hold on to knowing that our good and the truth of who and what we are is never ending, always prosperous, always healthy, always whole and complete in spirit. God is always in us, living as us, living through us. Everything that's happening to us is the divine, is waking up as us and remembering its I am presence in all experiences. We're always being invited to shift to that perspective in all things. That is the only way to truly let go of the past. We have to learn to surrender. And surrender is one of the biggest things that we have to learn. I don't know how to do all things. I need help. Simple statement. So if you've had some event or events happen this past year that's challenged you and you keep clinging to, thinking about over and over again, maybe that was a part of why they happened, for you to learn to surrender it. But what is it that we have to surrender? Do we only surrender and release the events that have happened to us? No. What we surrender mostly is our ideas of who and what we are and how life is supposed to be. We have to surrender our thoughts and feelings of lack and limitation in all areas of our lives, no matter what they are. Things can happen to us out of our control, but what is our reaction to us? What pops up first inside of us when things happen? Wayne Dyer once stated, you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. If you get squeezed, what comes out of you? So if things happen around you that aren't the way you want them to be, do you surrender it all and ask Spirit for help? Or do you get mad, sad, angry, frustrated, irritated, fearful, jealous, whatever? What happens? Do you look for the good in the situation, or do you look to judge and condemn? Are you ready to give people and situations, events, the benefit of the doubt, or do you look for ways to find fault? And if we do become mad, sad, angry, frustrated, irritated, fearful, whatever, and we do judge and condemn, do we stay there, playing that over and over and over again in our minds? Or do we quickly move beyond that to blessing the situation and the people involved? We all get frustrated and irritated at times. We get sad about things that happen. However, these are just feelings that this physical body can experience. We don't have to judge ourselves because we happen, but we can also know that there is a wonderful part of ourselves that is open to the fullness of spirit and can take us beyond the feelings and senses of this human form. Inside of each of us is the fullness of spirit with its love and light. When we take a deep breath, we come in contact with that part of ourselves, the light that we are to this world. When that happens, all of the old feelings just drop away and the light and love of spirit comes through immediately. There is universal grace active in every area of our lives, a grace that wipes out everything instantly as soon as we turn our attention to it. All the experiences that are happening in each of our lives then become a way for us to love ourselves, regardless of how other people show up, regardless of what situations occur, and regardless of what is happening inside of us. From this place, it is easy to be a living expression of faith and love in action. And from this place, we are able to be a channel of love, be the one who sheds light through love and non-judgment. Nat Kahn once made a statement that he shared with us. I forgive them for forgetting their own divinity or light and then projecting that forgetfulness onto me. They didn't see my divine light because they had forgotten their own. And this is something that we can all do. We can all do this type of forgiving for others and for ourselves. We can all let go of thoughts, feelings, actions, ideas that limit our way of thinking and being. We can make the choice to turn away from feelings that might be holding us back from being the full light of God that we came to be. We have to let go of so many beliefs that limit us, and we have to let go of all the events and happenings from the past to allow us to move forward into all the wonderful and great things that Spirit has waiting for us. We can only do that if we would let go of all the things we carry with us. Today is the perfect day to do it. The last day of the whole year. Time to put the past in the past because that is where it belongs. Time to put the old beliefs behind us. It's time to burn up all those limited thoughts and feelings that have been holding us back and let them go. So just remember that nothing from your past is greater than the light that shines within you. If you just tap into that light even a little, all the things that we have clung to can be released, dissolved, and transmuted with just a breath of releasing energy. So now, before we do, like those pieces of paper to burn them up, I invite you to truly think about what you want to release and start putting those things down on that paper. And in between, we're going to do a little invocation. You can open your eyes off and on during this if you need to write something down, one more thing to release. But I invite you to close your eyes and put your hand over your heart and take a deep breath. You let it out. Sweet Spirit, I have come to this earth to be the light for you on this planet. The light I am is more powerful than anything that comes from this earthly existence, and I allow myself to be more fully your light. As I am the light for you, all others are blessed in my presence. And the light within them is also awakened more fully. As we release 2023 today to you for transformation, we allow ourselves to shine our light to this world, and the world is transformed. Staying in this beautiful place, I'm going to read you an ancient prayer that deals with forgiveness, affection, detachment, and liberation. I release my parents from the feeling that they have already failed me. I release my children from the need to bring pride to me, that they may write their own ways according to their hearts that whisper all the time in their ears. I release my partner from the obligation to complete myself. I do not lack anything. I learn with all beings all the time. I thank my grandparents and forefathers who have gathered so that I can breathe life today. I release them from past failures and unfulfilled desires, aware that they have done their best to resolve their situations within the consciousness they had at that moment. I honor you. I love you. And I recognize you as innocent. I am transparent before your eyes. I do not hide or owe anything other than being true to myself and to my very existence. that walking with the wisdom of the heart, I am aware that I fulfill my life project free from invisible and visible family loyalties that might disturb my peace and happiness, which are my only responsibilities. I renounce the role of savior, of being one who unites or fulfills the expectations of others. Learning through and only through love, I bless my essence, my way of expressing, even though somebody may not understand me. I understand myself because I alone have lived and experienced my history, because I know myself. I know who I am, what I feel, what I do, and why I do it. I respect and approve myself. I honor the divinity in me and in you. We are free. And now, with a deep breath, you can open your eyes. I invite you to take your bowl and place it in front of you. Take the piece of paper you've written everything on that you want to release. And you can stop this video if you like to write everything else down that you need to. Now, either take that paper and throw it into the fire, or light a match and burn that paper over the bowl in front of you. Just watch everything burn up and be released. And now, since we have released all that we wanted to, it's time for our letters to God. So take that second piece of paper and your pen or pencil. You have released a lot this morning. What is it do you want to have in its place? When we release energy, as we did just now, there's an empty space to bring it all the good that we desire. And what do you wish for? What good do you want for your life in 2024? I'm going to play some music right now and give you a few moments to think about what it is you desire. Write everything down that you can. So just close your eyes and think about it for a few moments of what you would like. course, you can stop this video right now and continue writing if you need to. Take all the time you need. Put down what it is that you want for 2024. And maybe you haven't actually thought about what it is that you want for this coming year. Maybe it's just something that hasn't really crossed your mind yet. So you may want to put this off then for another day or two and really give yourself a chance to think about what it is that you would like to see in 2024. Now you can place that paper somewhere you wish to in your own place, or you can send it to the center to be prayed over during this next year. Every Sunday that I'm there and we hold in-service, services, in-house services, we hold all those letters in prayer to the light to bring about your heart's desires. And then in early December, we will send those prayers on to you once again to review and see what of those desires were met or something better that came your way. So many blessings to each and every one of you in this beautiful new year. And what I wish for us now is I have the beautiful song of Old Lang Syne that I would like to play for you right now. So let me see if I bring this up, and that will be the end of our service. After all, it is New Year's Eve. We have to sing this song. Let me see.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for we'll take a cup of kindness yet for lang syne. We too have run about the slopes and picked the daisies fine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For lang syne, my dear, yet for lang syne.
So happy New Year, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your final day of 2023. And we welcome in 2024.